You know one thing the first two games did that the third game didn't? Weather effects. I mean, the snow levels had some, but that's about it. Where's the rain? Where's the wind? Where's the lightning? You know what? Never mind. This is part 39 of Overthinking Donkey Kong Country 3. After giving Baffle the mirror, he'll decipher the code. To open the gate, add 2 stones, make 8. Do a figure 8 around the 2 stones, and you open the way to Sewer Stockpile, where you'll find another banana bird. The last one to be found in the individual world maps, and the last one we'll see until the final episode. Also, you can exit the world by jumping down the waterfall. Not a big deal, but I thought it was a nice touch. I really like this level, and even as a kid, I never really struggled with the lightning. There are some dicey parts, especially around the water, but it's like Dark Souls. Once you get the timing down, you may as well be invincible. I'm getting ahead of myself. The core gameplay mechanic here is the lightning. You'll hear a rumble and see a flash, then it'll strike. It'll strike where the flash was, so you have a moment to avoid it. It'll kill most enemies, but not the pink buzzers, and if you're in the water, it doesn't matter if it directly hits you or not, you're toast. The level gives you a little grace period before kicking off the lightning, and will more often than not first hit one of the green buzzers at the start. From then on, it's more or less variations on a theme. Sometimes you've got to traverse stretches of water without falling in or standing too long on a barrel. Sometimes you've got to do the dance, moving back and forth to avoid the lightning while you use barrels to take out the buzzers blocking your way. Sometimes you even need to use the lightning itself to clear a path. A couple times the level forces you into the water. That's probably where the gameplay gets its hairiest. I'm harshly underselling it, but the way this level riffs on this one mechanic like a dozen different ways speaks to both the creativity of the level designers and the versatility of the mechanic itself. It's crazy that we're 7 worlds into DKC3 and it's still flush with great ideas. This game is awesome. The level keeps it simple when it comes to enemies. Yellow knickknacks, green and pink buzzers, a coin and a couple of booty birds. With the exception of the coin, all the enemies are relevant to the gameplay and are used to full effect. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but it's the kind of thing you notice when it's not done right. Enemy choice and placement in a level are like colors in a painting or notes in a guitar solo. Too much of either and the level loses its identity and becomes messy. The palette of Lightning Lookout is awesome too. I've said this a lot, but it's got that typical DKC3 look about it, with soft pinks and purples. I don't know if it was deliberate, being the colors of the 2 protagonists and all, but someone in charge of the visuals was a sucker for pink and blue in this game. According to Nintendo Power, the lightning here is due to electrical disturbance in the air from the experiments going on in Castle Chaos. The fact that the lightning often seems drawn to the Kongs makes me think it's a bit more deliberate than that, like someone with a huge lightning gun aiming at them. I don't think I mentioned this in Bobbing Barrel Brawl, but that level and this one were originally switched around. For a bunch of reasons, I'm glad it shook out the way it did. Stylistically, gameplay-wise, difficulty-wise, whatever, Bobbing Barrel Brawl belongs in Kremwood Forest, and Lightning Lookout belongs in Chaos Core. The 3 Riverside levels are also different and unique and beautiful, and Lightning Lookout is a great send-off to what has to be one of my favorite tile sets of DKC3. We're really getting close to the end now. 2 more levels for Chaos Core before the boss, then it's the Lost World of Krematoa, and the home stretch of recap videos before the final fight. Donkey Kong Country 3 is still my least favorite of the trilogy, but it's an amazing game in its own right, and I've loved breaking it open and seeing how it works. I hope you've enjoyed it too. Thanks for watching. The rest of Chaos Core should be coming real soon.